"What do you think we should do with this information?" the female guard asked. The male guard that had stopped them sighed. Though, it's impressive that these adventurers were able to defeat night wolves. The fact that these things appeared so much earlier than what is the norm means that something is probably happening out in the grasslands. He shook his head, not happy about the implications. "Well, I don't see a reason to keep these adventurers occupied with matters that don't really concern them," the female guard said. She turned to look at each one of them, smiling. "I apologize if we stalled you with this unusual behavior." The guard pulled out a rod that was used to verify the identities of adventurers. She approached Ayaka first. Going to each of them, it wasn't long until the female guard verified their identity and waved them through. "Is there a message that you'd like us to deliver to the guild?" Mizuki shyly asked the female guard. She shook her head. "We'll likely send someone part of the security force to talk with the guild on this matter. But don't worry about it. If there's anything you need to know, I'm sure that the guild will make a public announcement." The other guards that had come over to check out the night wolves also gave a friendly wave before walking closer to the female guard. They were soon in a deep discussion, likely about the wolves that Ayaka's group had brought. Pulling on the rope and making their way to the guild, Ayaka was the first to break the uncomfortable silence. "So, what do you think all that was about?" The sound of the wolves' bodies being dragged on a stamped dirt road was heard. People walking about the day stared at the monsters before continuing on. Though it was likely surprising to see monsters being transported in such a manner, the fact that the guild existed in the town likely meant that adventurers bringing back the corpses from their monster hunting jobs weren't completely unusual. "I get the feeling that the night wolves attacking us could mean something bigger happening with the local ecology. I mean, normally, animals behave in a predictive manner unless an external force causes them to change their habits," Tanaka said. "What makes you think that?" Kawa asked in amazement. "Do you learn that stuff in the military too?" Ayaka was equally impressed. Nodding, Tanaka said, "Sometimes we'll have to assist the local government on forest conservation matters. I've had some missions where we'd have to help fight forest fires, especially during a particularly dry season. Then the question is whether the town would be in danger," Masio said, his expression clearly showing that he was worried about the people. It was evident that fighting the wolves had left an impression on him. Mizuki had a frown on her face. Her thoughts were just as clear as Masio's, concerned about the people. Grunting from readjusting the rope and continuing to pull it forward, Kawa said, "I think instead of worrying about the night wolves, we should leave it to the guild. I mean, there are plenty of adventurers inside the town. I'm sure that if the guild offered a job to protect the town, then adventurers would likely jump for the chance to earn guild points." Ayaka nodded. "I also think that's a good idea. Even if something were to happen, it's not like we're in a position where we can take care of it." Though, while saying that, Ayaka saw kids being led home by their parents. She couldn't help but think, even if they're not real, I don't like the idea of the children being attacked by wolves or other monsters.